So you've said, and I've heard you say this before, that business acumen, it's not a destination, it's kind of a direction. What does that mean in terms of behavior?
So this would be like if you and I were saying we're going from Florida to California
Hmm.
and we were going in the dark with a car that only has 200 meters of headlights, right? Is that
Okay.
right? Is that right? How far do headlights go? I don't know. Maybe I should
Probably
ask.
about, maybe about that.
So if you're driving to California, you can only see 200 meters in front of you. You know you're still heading in the right direction. You generally know you're going north and you're going west from Florida, right? You don't need the entire map to memorize it to have it all planned out. So what it means is that you don't just arrive at business acumen, you practice it. You just sort of go along with the journey and you take in contextually the things that matter around you. If you are driving on this journey and it's raining, you're going to turn on your windshield wipers, right? If you are driving on this journey and there's a detour, you're going to have to work around that detour. And you know that and you know how to do that. Each time you think about this journey, you're mapping your business more clearly through each conversation. And those conversations that you're having with these people as you're going along this journey, they see things from different angles. And that helps you make your decisions with greater clarity and more impact. Those reps compound. The more times you drive from Florida to California, you
Yeah,
know the way better, right? You know the
sure.
shortcuts better, you know the detours better. So leaders who stand out are the ones who are committed to this cycle: learn, connect, deepen, repeat.
Okay. So it's that repetition, just like anything, right? When you're learning something new, it's just doing it over and over again. And after a while, you start to get pretty good at it. Okay. So let's make it clear that someone could pause this conversation right now and actually do it. What are the two concrete actions you want them to take?
First, complete the rough version of your four-box business map. When you're done, you should be able to explain your business model and your team's impact in one clear, confident conversation. Then, second, schedule one learning conversation in the next 2 weeks with someone who has more visibility or is closer to the dollar than you are. Success for this looks like walking away understanding at least one metric, one trade off, and one part of the business better than you did before.
Okay. And then what changes when leaders actually begin to see the whole board?
They shift from executors to strategic contributors, and they stop asking for permission and start getting invited to the conversation where direction is set. Their work doesn't look just busy anymore, it actually moves the business. And that's the difference. I can think of one leader that was in IT and they felt very close to the COO, and they felt like they had a very solid business acumen because they were very technically based in their craft, right? They knew technology company, they could speak the tech. But when you would ask how different projects impacted them, they would stack rank in order of stress level, or so and so asked for me to do this. What they failed to do is realize, if I'm being asked this from one person, here's how it impacts the rest of the projects if I pause them, or I'm going to affect a customer if I don't move those projects to make room for this one. They couldn't articulate that. And
Hmm.
so even sometimes people think that their acumen is solid. This isn't about business words. That's not what we mean by business acumen. What we mean is the ability to see that full board. And when you can move the business in those kind of conversations, that is really the key difference.